Hello again, great people of the world. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are and your mindset's on lock. My name is Zip, and I'm here to have a conversation with you about crypto as we all journey together. And I'm trying to provide a macro view of what is going on in the environment and a larger world purview, if you would. Today, we're going to talk about gold. We're going to talk about the stablecoin movement and regulation that's going through. We're also going to talk about banks and the holistic nature of banks and how we are becoming our own bank, and just provide you more of a macro picture of the capabilities. And on the end of this video, there's a cautionary note about some stuff that's floating around out there. And I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and you understand what's going on, and you understand the I'll call them lies, or just the, what goes on in the inner tubes, trying to get clicks and the clickbaits and everything like that. So again, I'm a utility maxi. I'm invested in high grade crypto assets that are mostly ISO 222, but they all have a real world SOV, and they're doing something in the new financial system that is changing right before our eyes. So let's dive into the markets real quick. And again, my theme is I don't really pay attention to these markets. I know the long-term goal, and I know where things are going, and I have a very defined laddered approach for an exit strategy as the crypto assets reach certain levels. And that's the big plan and the theme for me. Not financial advice, but XRP's at 231. And Bitcoin's at about 82,000, Stellar at 27 cents, kind of flat right now and not much going on. XRP came down a little bit because everybody was, again, pumped up about the sunshine meeting that was happening yesterday. And now, word of caution yesterday, I said, maybe they're going to be talking about the XRP appeal, SEC case, and nothing came from it. Just like dates come and go all the time. That's why you want the macro view, and that's what I try to bring you here. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Quick note, I'm asked all the time in the comments, who do I use to on-ramp, off-ramp as far as my crypto sales? I am using Caleb and Brown. There is a link provided in the description of my videos. If you want to utilize them, great. If you want to utilize the link, absolutely use it. I have had zero issues with them, and I'm very, very confident of that platform. And even to keep some of my crypto that I do not keep in cold storage so I can get in and out of trades quickly, I use Caleb and Brown. So again, the link is there, and use them if you would like. Absolutely great white glove service, and have never had an issue with them for many, many years. How about gold? Gold pops above $3,000 and is looked at as a historic safe haven. Yes, the macroeconomics going on in the world, there is a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting to see all the conversation about gold. And we know President Trump's been talking about looking at the gold in Fort Knox. And we've had the conversation about gold coming back to America from overseas, the Bank of London specifically, and all this going on for several weeks. Gold has always been looked at as an asset to hold your value, and as compared to the fiat system in the dollar, which, if you've been looking at the Dixie, it's definitely been declining. And what that means to you is you're losing money if it's sitting in your bank accounts. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the bigger picture with gold popping, I think all this money right now, the markets are just in turmoil with the tariffs and what's going on. And it's just what's going to happen. But the markets, all that money is going to flood back into the markets, specifically the crypto market. I believe in the next couple months, we're still headed for a bull run. And that's the big picture. So just be confident, understand what you hold, don't get emotional, and we're all going to be absolutely fine. And 2025 is still the year to thrive, and guaranteed, watch it happen. Now, let's listen to this real quick, and then we're going to have a conversation about where we are and what's going on within the banking system and just the system that we have kind of been forced in. And well, let's listen to this, and then I'll go into the my soapbox, if you would, and just have a conversation about the banks, because I want you to understand the bigger picture and the capabilities that we are allotted right now with the assets that we hold and where we are going in the future.
Why are they the ones making record profits while most people are drowning in debt? Here's the truth. Banks aren't here to serve you. They exist to use you. Every time you deposit a paycheck, they take your money, they flip it into massive profits, and then hand you back a few pennies in interest, if that. Meanwhile, if you ever need money, they'll gladly lend your own cash back at 5%, 10%, even 20% interest. And if you fall behind, they hit you with fees, penalties, and higher rates. It's a system designed to keep you dependent. But today, I'm going to show you exactly.
So again, the banking system, the archaic system, banks have always been there to make money for themselves. We live in a fractionalized environment, which all of that is part of what is starting to change with regards to us becoming our own bank. I dropped the content yesterday and actually was talking specifically about the mindset that we need to have as crypto investors. And one of those mindsets and the key points about crypto is we are becoming decentralized. You are becoming your own bank, and you have that affordability. We can do peer-to-peer transactions right now. And that's a philosophical change that you have to break within your mindset to understand the larger picture as you're preparing for exit strategies and such. Lot deeper to go into that. Maybe I'll do some videos on that in the future. But as we're seeing the financial system change right here, we know yesterday now that the Genius Act has been pushed through, and it now heads to the Senate floor for a vote as they're marking this thing up. Let's listen to Tim Scott about this historic environment. And again, the bigger picture is our system's changing. And that's what I want everyone to understand. You need to be very focused and know what's going on and not buy into the rhetoric, not buy into, this side or that side. Look at the larger picture and how it's going to impact your family's lives.
We had the fentanyl 23-0. This one was significant because it was historic in the nature of bringing innovation back to America because we're not over-regulating it. That's great news. Stablecoin legislation heading to the floor of the Senate. Thank you to the entire staff for making this possible. Thanks to Senator Haggerty and Lummis and also Brooks for teaming together to get this historic day in the books. More to come. God bless.
So again, movement in the stablecoin regulation, as I speak to all the time, we need the regulation in order for the larger institutions to be able to embrace the technologies that we have that are coming on board that we own. The stablecoin regulation is one part to that. Now, we need them to work on cryptocurrency regulation as well, as far as custodial ownership capabilities, and just some of that needs to be in there hopefully next. But stablecoin, Genius Act moving to the Senate floor. So we're seeing a very quick progression. We're only in March, and all this is moving very, very quickly, which is exciting for us. And that's the bigger picture. But with the Stablecoin Act, again, it gives more flexibility to us as owners of these assets and stablecoins to move money around the world. That's the key, updating the system. And so we have 24/7 capability to move money around the world. And that's exactly what's going to be happening. As I spoke to earlier in this, the Sunshine Act meeting happened yesterday. It came, it went, no information about the SEC XRP appeal case. I absolutely believe that that case is going to be dropped, or they're going to come to some kind of conclusion in the near future. Hopefully April is the month. It could happen sooner, but that's why I don't hang my hat on any dates. And I generally try not to speak to dates. I give the audience the news, but I'm not hung up on the dates. I'm hung up on the bigger picture. And again, what's going on with stable coins? What's going on with the crypto environment? How are things changing out there? So we'll see what happens with the SEC appeal case. And yep, more to come on that, but just stay engaged and locked in. Now, again, more parallels and information about stable coins and the bigger macro picture. And let's listen to what the Stripe CEO had to say during the stablecoin conversation about really maintaining the U.S. reserve and giving people the flexibility to be able to have the ability to move money around in a more dynamic environment.
All right. Stablecoins are becoming extremely popular in the payments network, and are operating on the decentralized network gives users a degree of financial freedom, whereas a central bank digital currency gives the government more control over private citizens' transactions and can lead to increased consequences with privacy, supervision, and overall financial freedom. We must allow for more innovation in the digital payments world, not constructing growth with a central bank for digital currency. So, Mr. Collison, does Stripe have any examples of customers using Stripe's stablecoin orchestration platform to break free from authoritarian governments or deflationary national currencies?
Thanks for the question. We see many examples of this. I think of the comparison to the petrodollar system, where starting back in the 70s, the series of agreements with Gulf states created an enormous new source of secular demand for dollars. We're seeing the same thing happening today in emerging markets, where people are taking enthusiastic advantage of this new liberty and this new capability where they can hold dollars and they can, again, get direct access to the world's preeminent reserve currency. I think this is a really big deal for global liberty and for global prosperity.
Yeah, and global liberty and global prosperity, really prosperity for us, because as owners of XRP, HBAR, and many of these assets, and now this stablecoin regulation being put through, the system is absolutely changing. And that is what I stay so excited about and understand what that means for me and my family, becoming my own bank, setting up a system within systems so that I can manifest my future in the wealth that is coming to us. And that's why I give the macro view, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be planning now. Now is the time to plan. Real quick cautionary note. There's been a post out there that supposedly SEC was looking at XRP as a reserve currency. And just the caution out there, this was just posted, and anything can be posted by and from anybody to the SEC. It is not actually the SEC looking at this comprehensive proposal. It was posted by someone named Maximilian Staudinger. And again, if you see this out on the inner tubes, or you hear some other channels talking about it and pumping it up, it's not exactly, not that it's not good information, and some of the proposals in here they don't make sense, but it's not the SEC's proposal. It's what I want to make sure everyone understands. Hopefully you follow to the end of this and you don't get caught up. And that's why I try not to hype up things too much, and just giving a larger macro view and really just telling my tale, my story as I walk through this journey of crypto together, and just hoping that I can help as many people as possible just to keep the right mindset and, through this journey. So again, this is not real within the regards of the SEC is looking at XRP as a reserve digital asset currency for the US. It was submitted from someone else, and anyone can submit a proposal. And then if the SEC wanted to, they would advise on that and look at it. So be careful out there. Again, there is so much hype. There are so many scams out there. It just, you got to be very, very diligent and careful. And that's part of why I'm trying to bring you that and all the other information that I bring. With that, ladies and gentlemen, please be safe, get outside, enjoy the day. And who knows, maybe this weekend I'll do a video so in my travels and where I'm going to be. And we'll have just a deeper conversation and just about life, the crypto markets, and what is going on. But with that, be safe again. And until next time, Zip is out.